3 or more children, raise your hand. Oh, God bless you, mamas. All right, hands down. If you have 4 or more children, hands up. Oh, mama's night out. All right, if you are blessed enough to have 5 children in your household, raise your hand. The other one as well. Oh! Love you. Do I even ask if anyone has 6 or more children in their house? Oh my goodness gracious. You deserve another glass of wine. How many children in your household? 6. 6. All right, our cats are off to you. See, you do that with men in the room, they don't know what to do. So I'm Julie Nations. I have the honor of being part of this fabulous, fabulous group called Friends of Kara. That's why I'm here. I don't really care what she calls her foundation. It's just Friends of Kara. I'm honored to be here. So I always love it when people ask me to be part of their program. And, whether it's emceeing or it's just getting people to shut up or, it's introducing them. And when Kara and I were talking about her plans for this, she said, can you do me a favor? Can you introduce me, make me look more professional? Which, of course, I thought was really funny because, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to embarrass you in one way or another because that's what friends do. And then I realized that the reason I have no script for this, right? You always give your presenter a script, is because this is the group that I don't have to introduce Kara to. There is nothing that I can say that you don't already know. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to go around the room one by one, and we're going to tell really embarrassing stories. Right? It's actually going to be Truth or Dare tonight. I'm just kidding. We're all here for our own reasons, and we're all here for a unifying reason, and that's Kara Belvin. So without further ado, our Woman of the Hour.
Okay. This I'm totally not prepared for, but it had to be done. I had to talk. I had to share the information with everyone. So, thank you, Julie. And thank you to everyone who came. We sort of threw this together in the last month, and I wanted to tell you about it so that you would know where I was coming from if you see more about empowerHER, and you would understand the way my husband does, that this is kind of how I work. I sort of throw these things together. So I promise I'm a much better public speaker than this, and for tonight, I'm just simply going to read from cards, so I'm just going to ask for your patience. And I'm particularly not going to look at my girlfriends from home and college who are here, so that would be far too much for me. So I'm going to just find the window. Okay, so again, thank you for coming out, for your continued support. I'm totally humbled. I would talk a little bit here and there about empowerHER, about this idea for this organization, and I would talk about this event that I was having tonight, and the support was incredible. And so your feedback and your response has been great, and I know that all of you, if you're a mother or you're not, this resonates with you, and you have your mother or you lost your mother, or whatnot. So for whatever it's worth, here goes. My mother was 37 years old when she died of breast cancer. I was 9, and my brother Todd was 13. My father was left devastated, having lost the love of his life and overwhelmed by the reality that lay ahead. The road for us was long and at times tough to bear, but I was fortunate to have a remarkable family, incredible friends, and a beautiful community that rallied around our family. Growing up in Connecticut, I missed a lot of great high school parties, while here in Boston visiting the Murphys, a large Irish Catholic family that refused to let Todd and I forget our mother. My mother's family swarmed me, flooding me with love and affection and helping me to remember her. They told me stories, showed me pictures, and helped me to understand just the kind of woman that she was. My mother's friends in Connecticut made sure I had everything I needed, those things that you get from having a mother. They taught me how to take care of my hair after a bad perm.
You had a few.
I did. They're pretty bad.
Sophie James was not
and during awkward teenage years. My aunts and cousins would come to my rescue around school dances, proms, and back-to-school shopping. My girlfriends from childhood and those friendships I formed at that early age are still my lifeline today. Karen, my best friend of 30 years, Naomi, Emily, Melissa, all here tonight, and the others back from Connecticut all saw me through the major milestones and helped me to raise me in a sense. Their families also made sure birthdays and holidays were special, and they too showered me with affection. Karen's mother spent countless hours carpooling, knowing sometimes that my father was just too overwhelmed. Spent time on shopping trips to Caldor, and later outfitting our Yukon dorm room and getting me ready to go off to college. Perhaps my relationship with these women and with my girlfriends are what saved me. Perhaps it was my father's selfless ways and his love and affection and the loving extended family that kept me from ever feeling that sense of abandonment. Or the countless female mentors I met throughout my life, and fortunately for me, early in my career, that helped me to see my potential. Again, all of these things you get from having a mother, and those things that I know we're all in the throes of with our own children today. What became one of the most painful realizations for me was learning that my mother actually knew she was dying. I so desperately wanted to believe just the opposite. It's for this reason that empowerHER will be as much for these young girls as it will be for their own mothers who will miss so much. I know that she had some very tough conversations with family and friends, and I hope today she knows they did all that she had asked and more. As a community, I feel strongly we can step in, whether we knew these beautiful young mothers or not, and help ensure their daughters have all they need. Over the next few months, I'll be spending much time planning and preparing, trying to determine just what empowerHER is and what it isn't. I envision empowerHER offering support to the surviving family and friends as they navigate their new normal. In some cases, an adult female mentor will be appropriately paired with a young girl and provided the funds necessary to make for a special activity or engagement, or a mentor to help with all that goes into preparing for a young girl's milestones. Transitioning her childhood bedroom into a teenage room, a dance recital, back to school shopping, going off to college, or for the emotional times like Mother's Day weekend. Peer outings and peer support will be a major focus, as well as an attempt to reduce some of the isolation these young girls feel in their own schools and in their own social circles. This evening's funds will be designated for a back-to-school shopping trip later this month at Derby Street, and more details will be forthcoming. My dream for any young girl of an early loss is that she realizes her potential for an extraordinary life, to set high standards for herself and to honor her mother, and to see that there's a beautiful world out there with experiences and people and places that will make her life very fulfilling. And above all else, that it gets better. I want to be sure to quickly and in no specific order just say thank you, express my gratitude to some of the people that helped pull this off in just 4 weeks, and those offering the support and encouragement that I so desperately needed. Thank you to my closest friends who are here tonight who helped raise me. Thank you to Melanie Torak, Nicole Hartwell, and the unstoppable Rooney clan, Chelsea, Jen, Taylor, Kelsey, Colby, Caitlin, Coley, Sam Lautenheiser, and to my husband Shane for quite simply everything. And a very big thank you to New England Country Rentals, Tracy's Plates, Lavishly Done, Mulaney's, as well as Bay State, Harborside, Curtis Liquors, Gigi's Cookies, and to the countless friends in town who helped to keep costs down, donating wine and whatnot. For all donations, you can see Chelsea and Taylor Rooney in the back. And again, thank you in advance for your support. And so this concludes the somber part of the evening, because it's going to turn into a dance party. So cheers. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.